Oopsie.
Not gonna do that again. That was horrible.
I hope you don't lose power.
Well, no, if I lose power, like if I'm recording FLV, then it doesn't lose the whole episode. It's only when you're
Oh, you lost last week's episode?
the whole damn thing.
Damn, that sucks.
Oh, that
That
hurts.
sucks.
Because I was
That
recording,
hurts.
MP4. So yeah. So I just sat down and just recorded like a small recap, just saying, "Hey guys, blah 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 blah," and it's like 4 minutes long or something like that.
I mean, not a whole lot happened
Yeah. Yeah.
other than the changeling
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
deal. But
Okay, can everybody see? Is everybody ready?
yeah, yes,
Are we
man,
gonna
yes.
roll again our D100s or?
Yeah, we're gonna roll the 10D100.
Yeah, I got mine pumped, and primed, and ready to go.
Hell
Like
yeah.
a loaded, baby.
That's what I like to hear.
And let me switch
I see a
over
bunch
to
of single
the-
digits.
Oh,
Oh, 73.
there's those rolls coming in. Okay, so Marjorie says, I'm gonna go find out some more information about this. And then she takes off.
What the hell?
Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here. Feel the salute.
Alright, so you guys are standing over a chute that goes down into the darkness. And you can hear dripping water from the catacombs of Tropica. There's no ladder, there's no nothing, just like a very sharp, like, decline into darkness.
Does anyone have a rope?
Oh, wait, is this game on?
Yes,
Alright, yeah, I should have a rope.
Kuykendahl's got rope.
We should probably tie it off somewhere and descend. Otherwise, seems like we'll be trapped.
Yep.
Wait. What? Wait, never mind. So... What do you want me to do? Tie it up to my waist and...
No. I want you to tie it off to something up here that appears solid.
Okay. I'm in a D&D game.
Like
I'm in a
a,
D&D game.
I don't know, large heavy barrel or like an iron ring on the floor or like, something so that it's anchored up here and then we'll throw it down the hole and then, repel.
The only thing that you can see in this room that is anchored is the door hatch itself. So the door hatch has that ring on top of it. You could tie it to the hatch, but if you're like pulling on the hatch, it's gonna be hard to make sure that stays open.
What about the barrel right out there?
I mean, if you think a barrel's gonna hold your heavy ass, Kuykendahl, then you go right ahead.
God damn it. So that's a no. Let me just go out into the tavern and see if I can't find something that might be heavy enough.
Maybe like a series of barrels?
And then I interject as excuse me. I think we're thinking a little incorrectly here. It's not the amount of weight that we need to carry, but if we think logically, we can use leverage, perhaps a hard steel rod or something of that nature that we could prop into a corner that would allow it to hold our weight. I see we could probably get a nice rod and run it, open the door, and shut the door, right? And have it propped to where it'll hold us.
Or like betwixt the door frame, so that it's like a bar, like a crossbar, if you
Yes.
would. Does anyone? I don't have a large rod. I believe that you turn the one that we checked out back into the blacksmith. Remember for the iron-wrought.
Yes. Let me see what I have in my inventory.
Thelma
I have a
enters,
crowbar. Actually, I have a 5-pound crowbar. Would be perfect.
Thelma enters the room and says, "I have this large broom."
I don't think a broom will do it, but that crowbar should be good.
A broom may do it, but crowbar I think would be safer, and it will free me up of 5 pounds.
Fuck it, I'd just do both. But that's me.
Yes, actually, we should do both.
Yeah.
And then
Make like an X out of them.
and then stick
I
it out
am
this
an X.
stick it out this fucking window over here and close the window. Cause that door, that's only one on the way there. If that falters, somebody opens the door or something, it's going to cause some problems. This at least has 2 points that it can catch on. He's got 100 foot of rope, so you are fine.
Place it at the hole in the ground, right?
Yeah, you can do that.
And then
Oh yeah.
just
Did it go across? I bet you it would go across that hole. Let's see how long it is.
The crowbar would,
Yeah.
and the broom would as both.
Yeah.
and then it just is kind of like a well and bucket scenario. You know, we just straight up and down, and then it can't really. I mean, someone would have to come in here and intentionally throw it down the hole in order to screw us. It couldn't, like accidentally get opened, or it would clearly be malicious.
We have a rope though, right? How long is the rope? You said a long, long rope.
He's got 100 foot of rope.
We should tie a knot in the rope like every 2 or 3 feet as well, so that we don't have to worry about dexterity going up and down this rope as much.
Yep.
It'd be more of a strength thing.
Who's gonna tie the rope and set the rope up?
I can do that.
Okay.
Alright.
Roll the dex roll. Or wait.
You guys don't know proper rope climbing technique?
Use use sleight of hand for that.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah, you got good sleight of hand.
I guess they only teach rope climbing in College of Swords.
19, that's good. Alright, after a few minutes pass, he has it tied every foot and a half, basically half of his body. So y'all got a bunch of knots. And it's tied in multiple knots to create an X between the broom and the crowbar. You toss the rope down, and it's slowly going down through your hands and everything else, and then it stops. And it looks like you have about 6 foot to 8 foot left.
Oh, that's a long climb. That's almost 100 feet.
Yep,
That's far.
it's very deep.
I'm going to take out one of my candles,
Mm-hmm.
light it, and then drop it down the hole.
The light goes down the shaft. You can see no way to climb on the sides or anything like that, but your rope is slowly going down the incline like that. It seems to go around a turn, and then you can see light coming from it, and then it stops, and you can see light coming from a turn.
Well, who's first?
I'd actually have to go with
And-
Americus.
And just
because he's
just
the
to let
lightest.
you know the turn direction that it's going. Draw red. It's going down, but it's turning that way.
Okay. From what I can tell, is it like a sharp turn, like 45, or are we talking like a gradual?
It's a gradual turn.
Okay.
And if you were to intelligently approximate how far away the light is from the turn, is about there. So you see just flickers over at this end.
Well, I know what you were thinking, Kuykendahl, about Americus being the lightest and he should go first, but I was actually thinking the other way. We should send down the heaviest to determine whether or not this will hold.
All right.
Right? Because what if we all get down and then you are coming down, and then it breaks, and then now what?
You climb in
Not a
your
problem,
fat,
man.
If it breaks now, we can at least we're all still up here. We can try and
Yeah.
get you back out.
you climb in your fat butt in there.
Yep. Sucker
right.
number one.
You start putting your waist in, and once it comes to your shoulders, you realize that your shoulders are rubbing both sides of the wall.
Ooh, I'm gonna tell him, hey, this is a little tight.
That's what she said.
That's what we all want to hear.
So,
All right.
are you going to continue?
Yep.
All right. Kuykendahl disappears down the hole.
Oh, guys, I'm gonna let you know. Real life, I'm not about this. I'm claustrophobic as fuck. I'm getting my heart rate elevated when you said that.
I'm sorry, man. Kuykendahl, after a
What up?
few minutes pass, the incline gets to the point to where you're on your back, and the little tunnel opens up just a little bit more, so you have some room to kind of sit up, but you're gonna have to start pushing yourself like this up above your head. You're gonna have to start crawling on your butt.
Like a dumb crab walk.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go for that.
Okay. You start doing that, and roll me a dexterity save.
One deck save coming up. 10.
Okay. You manage to stop yourself, but the ground drastically shifts under you, and you begin to slide, and the cavern opens up. At your feet, you see a barred door with a lock.
Go back to the rope and yell, hey, locked door down here.
Roll perception, guys.
Oh, I got +0.
Can't you re-roll that, dude?
No, you can't roll a 0, so I got +0.
Oh.
Ball 10 hears it.
I think he fell to his death.
Ball 10, Thalion, and Thelma hear it. A door? What kind of door? Roll perception, Kuykendahl.
Okay. All right. Rolling.
You
19.
hear Thelma perfectly.
It's a locked door. Can I investigate it?
You notice Thelma visibly gets excited at this notion. She immediately approaches Americus. Now, my young nephew, don't we understand what's going on here? Behind locks are things that are valuable.
I'm just gonna roll investigate the fucking door. Why not?
Sure.
Flat 12.
Flat 12, okay. You know this to be a barred metal door with a metal lock. And on the other side of the bars opens up into like a sewer cavern, right? With two little walkways on each side of it, and there's a little bit of water flowing in the middle of it. And there are some rats and things running around, and a bunch of moss hanging down, and spider webs and things of that nature. It goes off into the darkness. The candle is right at the edge of the bar door.
Alright, well. Who's next?
I would recommend you tell them how big this space is. It is not big enough for you to stand side by side, but only single file.
Alright, small space.
And there's about enough space for okay, let me just measure it. There's only 18 foot in length total.
Alright, I'm gonna relay what you said to the group.
Yep.
Here we go.
And who all's down the hole? Just him?
Yep, just him.
me.
Okay. So what did you tell us? Everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we know that there's a lock on the door and all that shit, and there's no room.
Yep. Did you try to open the door, Frank?
Fuck it. Let's see.
Okay.
You activated my trip card.
You grab the door, and you go to open it. Roll dexterity.
Dex save or just dex?
Dex save.
Dex save.
The room fills with flammable liquid.
15.
How quickly can you climb?
You manage to dodge, losing an arm as an axe swings in front of the door, like a giant blade swings in front of the door, and just barely misses your arm. Goes into the wall, and you hear clink, click, 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 clink.
Okay, back up. Yell to them. This door's trapped!
There you go.
And I go, I guess that's me, guys. A small space, and trippery stuff, so I guess I'll go on down there.
Okay.
And, I tied the rope just right for me, so I'm going to do my quick.
So
A little shuffle.
you going down the shaft, it's pretty roomy for you. You find the incline, and you're like, hey, I could slide down this easily.
And I do so.
And you slide down, and you come flying out. Roll dex save. Okay. You come flying out and roll unarmed attack, please. I don't think that actually is good, but hold on. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, he does actually hit you. Roll the damage for it. Just barely hit him. 2 damage, Kuykendahl. He kicks you squarely in the back of the head. But lands like on you.
My bad, bro.
Ow!
Sorry.
Ow.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'll live. Alright. Can I switch positions with him?
So
he can walk through
actually,
your legs.
I can stand in the same place as you.
Yeah, he can walk through your legs. It's fine.
Yeah, we can share the same
Oh, okay.
place.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, just go ahead and do the little hobbit walk between the legs.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go right between the legs.
All right, hold
And-
on. Don't say anything more. Where's the passives?
All right, dexterity check to dodge his ball sack.
Passive investigation, passive perception, as of passive perception doesn't get it, but passive investigation does. Your passive investigation lets you know that there is a small gap between the bricks in the wall on the left and the right, and it seems to be a stone spindle in the middle above the door. You would know through investigation that this is a trap and it must lead to somewhere. There will be a control box.
All right. I can use my thieves' tools and try to disarm trap.
Yeah, but you got to find the
Yeah.
control box to disarm it.
Okay.
But your passive investigation lets you know that there is a control box somewhere. So
Right.
now you can roll perception to try to find it.
Let's do that.
I'm also gonna unstring my lute, and I'm gonna play down the hole. Try and lockpick real good. And I'm gonna give you bardic inspiration to use when you see fit.
Okay.
So-
Do you want to use bardic inspiration on your perception?
Yeah, because that's the most impotent
Yep.
moment right now.
1d6 rolling. That is +3.
Yes, you hit it by 1 point. Okay. Unfortunately, the control box for this trap is located on the other side of the bar door.
Cool. Okay. That's fine. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna pick me a lock. So
Be very careful.
I'm gonna be very careful.
Can we get something to like block the axe from swinging? Like stick a piece of.
I don't know. Can you?
So
What you-
Describe to me what you saw.
Basically, a giant blade, an axe that's like U-shaped like this, about half the size of Kuykendahl, swings through the hole and around to the other side.
So on the wall, right? The blade is okay. So obviously, what we do is we stop it on its upswing, right? So if we can block the return in the wall, then when the blade comes out, it would stop, right? And then it won't be able to ratchet back up.
Right,
I-
that's what I'm thinking.
Do you have a sword? Do you have? I have the crowbar, but it's being used.
Used, yeah, crowbar's
yeah.
out.
What's the hold up?
We are using brains.
That is, if you even trigger the trap.
Right.
Because he just grabbed the door and tried to open it.
What
Yeah, it'd be smart to
appears
see
to
if you
be
could.
the problem?
We got a lock. I just got to try to pick this lock.
Okay, good luck.
Wait.
So, yes, I'm going to try to pick the lock.
Yeah, he
because-
found the box. He knows that the box is on the other side of the door. But the lock is what's facing him. So, are you going to try to pick the lock?
Yes.
Sleight of hand. Oh,
13.
nice. You managed to make some efforts with the lock. But also, with this, you get an extra investigation. You do not unlock the lock, but you did not trigger the trap. So, you get an extra investigation, hit investigation.
16.
Yes, that's what you needed, 15 and above. You recognize this lock as the same kind of lock that was under the bed in Jorvin Draemar's chambers. From last week's very beginning of the episode, when you were investigating that guy and getting the money on his cooked books,
Yeah.
it's the same kind of lock that was on that door there, which is an extremely difficult lock.
Okay.
I'm gonna let him do his thing.
I'm going to. Okay. Do you have anything to make fire?
Oh. Yeah, I still should have my torch, right?
Well,
No, you gave that to, what's his face?
I have a tinderbox. We can make fire. So here's the deal.
Yeah.
So my thinking is I got some water, and if I get this lock wet and then heat it up, it should like accelerate its oxidation process. Because this is back. This thing gonna have no. If this is like iron or whatever, that shit oxidizes like that. If you get it wet and you put a heat to it, it should change the smoothness of the surface, make it rougher, easier to pick.
I'll just scrounge around my
Well,
backpack.
He's got a tinderbox. He can.
I got a tinderbox, so it's just gonna take a little time because now I gotta make a fire, whatever. So I'm gonna do that. I want to use my little tinderbox, and I guess I want to make the fire in it so that I can hold it up to the lock and heat the lock up, right? Because what am I gonna burn?
Oh,
What am I gonna light with it? Otherwise, I need something that I can.
the tinder in the tinderbox.
Kuykendahl,
yes.
your passive perception picks up something moving on the other side of the door that you can see through the little window that's there.
Sorry, my phone died.
I'll notify.
Didn't even notice you were gone.
I'll tell Americus about it.
Okay,
So that
roll
he knows.
perception, Kuykendahl, because you're seeing
Okay.
over everything.
Yeah. Perception. Rolling.
There's a lit candle at your feet.
5.
You're not able to make it out.
All right. I'll just tell Americus, be right back. and I'll go to the where the candle is.
Are you going to tell him about the thing moving?
Yeah.
No, the candle at your feet is me.
Yeah. No, the candle at his feet was
Or
the
no.
one that Silver Tongue dropped down there. It's
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay,
threw,
gotcha,
remember I
gotcha.
threw a candle down there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Like a glow stick.
Yeah. Also, Americus, roll perception.
6.
Okay. You see glowing eyes in the distance staring at you.
I say hello.
It just keeps staring, and you see them blink every now and then.
And I start talking to it. I'm like, "Hello, is that someone? Something? Hello, hello. Do you
Not-
speak?"
Not doing anything, just staring at you.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just out of your sight area, like it's in the darkness, like just out of the light area.
Oh, in the tunnel.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Like, how big are they? Little ones?
Yep.
Little eyes?
Yep. About the size of yours. Well, a little smaller than yours.
Okay, so I'm gonna assume it's an animal then. I'm gonna kind of like ignore that, I guess, for right now,
Okay.
and I want to go ahead and put a little water inside of the lock with my skin, and then I want to. He has the candle, not me, huh?
Oh, it's
Do I
on
know
the
he-
floor.
It's on the floor. I'm gonna
Yeah.
grab the bitch up. I'm gonna light it up with my tinderbox. I'm gonna hold it underneath the lock until it gets nice and hot.
Okay. You can see it now.
Steamy.
All right. I'm gonna go to the rope and tell the gang, hey,
You
we
begin to
might
see sparks come from the lock of electricity.
Ooh.
I withdraw the candle.
The sparks stop.
It's all dirt down here, right? Okay. I'm like, okay. Let me just do something else. I'm getting too complicated. I'm gonna cram dirt in the lock, and then I'm gonna try to pick it again with a bunch of dirt in it.
Okay. Go for it.
Yeah. What the fuck was I thinking?
19. You manage to break open the outer casing of this lock. You notice that this outer casing is a lock in itself, and it has 2 trigger mechanisms in it. One for a shock rune, and the other one goes into the door and into the wall. This is most likely the mechanism for the swinging axe and the shock electricity trap that was placed on the outer shell.
Oh, it's inside the fucking lock.
Okay. So I guess I can try to disarm that thing or what?
Oh, it's already, you disarmed it by
By opening
pick-
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
correct.
Oh, okay. I got you. So, hey, where'd you go, bro? I need you to open this door.
Kuykendahl?
Yeah.
Kuykendahl, can you open this door for me? I'm just so small. I'm too short to really, get a good grip.
I'm gonna poke the door with my stick. I don't trust this thing.
Okay, what are you doing?
I've disarmed it, I think.
Okay. You step it
alright.
back,
Yeah.
and you're poking the door with your stick.
Yeah.
You poke the door with your stick. You hear some clanking mechanisms, but nothing happens.
All right, Lucian is going to go back to the Ashbender Forge, not knowing what's happening down there, and just that, we're using this this crowbar as like a means of repelling, and he's going to go purchase 10 pitons and 10 iron spikes.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I'll come back in 10 minutes.
Thelma is sitting leaning up next to Baltan and eyeing Thalion's butt. She leans over and whispers to Baltan, "I sure would like a piece of that." And she's staring at Thalion's butt.
Okay. I'm going to open up said door. All right.
Okay. You try to open the door, and you hear a small hissing sound. It begins.
I'm going to tell Americus.
4,
Hey, man.
3, 2,
Back out. Back.
One.
Back.
and dexterity, both of you.
Damn it.
You were right the first time.
Yeah.
15.
Not that hard of a dodge. All right, a small little spout of flame comes out of the second.
What did I have to get to dodge?
It's simple. It's a small little bit of flame that
I rolled a 6.
Yeah, it's a small, tiny little amount of flame that's coming out of the lock that was behind the first lock.
Okay.
That small little flame shoots out, and it barely misses you. It was like a 5, dude.
So what are you doing?
I said, you gonna try again?
With the door?
Yeah.
Fine.
All right.
What do you want me to roll?
Nothing. Are you gonna try to open the door?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me how you're opening it.
Go for the handle?
Okay, you're gonna grab like right above the lock and just try to shake it open.
Yeah.
Okay. You do that, and you hear another hissing sound.
Back.
Dexterity save.
Oh, so it's still locked. The door.
Yeah, there was an outer shell lock, and then another lock behind it.
So I need to try this other lock, bro.
Okay.
6.
You
go try
both
this
managed to dodge that.
Yeah.
All right, I ain't touching it.
Let me try this lock.
I'm going to let him fiddle with that. I'm going to go to the where the rope is.
Yep.
And let the guys know what's going on.
Are you
Like,
gonna
hey,
climb up, or are you just gonna scream?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna yell. Baltan, Thalion, roll perception. With that sleight of hand, you click, 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 click. You hear the lock open. It disarms, and the door opens slowly.
I step back and I'm waiting for someone to come and push it open or pull it open or whatever.
It's just like slowly leaning open, like.
Yeah.
Okay, Thalion, perception, please.
Oh, sorry.
Lucian, did you add that stuff to your inventory and take away the money?
Yeah, I did before I said anything.
Okay, you're back. You can roll perception as well, Lucian.
Okay. Make it 10.
I need a fucking home screen like widget on my goddamn Android to just hit perception from the fucking.
Yeah. Okay, Lucian, you hear him. It says he screamed up, the door's open.
Look at that. Big 7.
No, you don't hear it.
Comes in my ear.
But Lucian heard it.
Okay. I'm gonna look around at the rest of the group. Now, does anyone else want to go down the dark, scary hole?
Thelma steps forward and says, I will. And
Great. Let me just re-secure the fastenings. And I'm gonna grab the crowbar and like pick it up, kind of drag it away from the hole with the rope still attached.
Thank you, young Lucian.
Walk over, I guess, in the direction of the slant toward the northern wall.
Okay.
Hammer a piton into the ground.
Gotcha.
Tie the rope off to the piton.
There you go.
And toss the crowbar down the hole.
Okay.
And when I do that, I go, this should help with the door.
Americus and Kuykendahl, please roll perception. Americus hears it, and Kuykendahl hears it.
Clink,
Y'all
clank,
both-
clank, clank, clank.
Yeah, y'all both hear him yell, and you hear clink, 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 clink coming down very quickly.
I'm gonna jump out of the way, of course.
You jump out of the way. All right. Dexterity save both Kuykendahl and Americus. It's not really high, so don't worry. Americus, you make it. Kuykendahl, dexterity save. There you go. Kuykendahl, you make it. It flies out. It goes past the door and skids into the tunnel section. The two eyes that you see jump to the side.
Cool. And then I grabbed that candle that I thought was so important earlier, and then now we can maybe get some light.
Yep.
Come on.
You got some light?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna try to go and check it out.
There's just a tunnel in front of you at this point that you can walk down.
Okay.
So Thelma starts climbing down the rope. Who's next?
I'll go ahead and go.
Okay, Baltan. Baltan starts climbing down the rope. After a minute or two, Baltan, roll perception. Okay.
22.
With perception, you notice you're bumping into something, and she goes, "Oh, I'm stuck!" And then all of a sudden, you feel hands groping you.
Oh man.
What a
I say,
delinquent.
I'll say I'm gonna charge you for that.
Honey, I've got more than enough money to pay.
Well, then I'll start a tab.
Okay. Okay. She slowly moves, but she's like pressing against you the entire time. She reaches the decline and she starts to slide out. She lands on the end down there. Baltan, you emerge from the area as well. Roll dexterity save for your slide, or strength to hold on. Yep, you make it. You slide out of the area with your slender ass and you land. We both made it to the bottom. Okay, as Americus continues down the tunnel, the light starts to reveal that the eyes are a cat that is sitting on a single rock in the middle of the location. And behind the cat, you see Thilbus tied up and with a busted head.
Yeah, poor Thebus.
So I guess I'm gonna go and check it out.
Okay, you approach Thilbus. He seems to be unconscious, and his head is
Cool.
bleeding.
Okay. Does he look he's dying, or is he just bleeding?
No, he's just bleeding, and he's breathing and unconscious.
Cool. He's okay. I'm just gonna leave him like
Okay.
he is.
The cat stares as you walk by. You reach the end of this section, and you look on the ground, and there is a small, tiny little door, the size for only a cat can fit through.
Is there anybody in there with me, or is it just me?
Kuykendahl's there, and Thelma and Baltan just made it down there.
Okay. I don't want to be like, here,
The cat jumps from the rock and walks to the side and goes, meow, and then rubs up against your leg.
Cool. And like scratch his back a little bit.
Assuming it is a cat.
We'll see.
You ever seen The Thing?
It meows at you and then lays down at your feet.
Cool. And then I pick my foot up, and then I kind of rub it with my foot now.
Thelma walks over to Thilbus and she goes, Thilby, oh, do you think this is really him?
I don't know, but I'm still gonna bandage him up. So should I roll meds?
Yep.
Alright, let's make it so. Rolling.
Roll it.
That's pretty shitty. But 4.
Okay. You take bandages and just push them on the side of his head.
Like a fucking used handkerchief.
He just has a handful of gauze and he just sticks them to the bloody spot and he goes, good enough.
That'll do.
Actually, that's not too terrible when you think about it.
He tosses Thomas a tourniquet and he's like, apply self-aid.
Thelma walks over to the kitty and reaches down to pet it. It jumps up, runs, and takes off through the cat door.
The fuck? Oh, whatever. Alright, so who's coming down next?
You ask the room of people down in the tunnel with you, or you holler up the...
Okay, yeah, let me go. Wait, you dropped the rope, right? No.
Yeah, no. Yeah, everything's fine. He's
No.
still got it there. You just need
I
to...
re-secured the rope.
Yeah.
I sent the crowbar down.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Just the crowbar. I untied
Got-
the rope and secured it with
Oh,
a
okay,
piton,
gotcha,
right?
gotcha.
A climbing piton, right, into the floor.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna go up to where the rope is and yell, "Who's next?"
Perception, guys?
Oh, yeah.
Lucian, you hear it. Thalion? Perception? Yep.
You sound like a robot. Your connection or Discord or Zoom is shit.
Okay, but you both hear it. And you hear him ask who's next.
Okay. Lucian will look over at Thalion and then kind of shrug and go, I'm more of a free-range bard. I'll stay up here and guard the hole. I don't really like deep, dark spaces.
So, Thalion, are you going to go down the hole? And that's what you hear from Thalion.
Right?
Oh my god, he must be the shapeshifter.
No, cannot understand a word you're saying.
Say intergalactic planetary. Planetary intergalactic.
Yeah. Intergalactic.
Baltan, what is yours?
You sound like a backup singer for Daft Punk.
Okay. Baltan, with your passive perception, you can feel a cool wind coming from the small cat door.
I'll go by there and maybe see if I can look through it.
Okay. As soon as you approach the cat door, you feel another bit of cool wind coming from each side of you.
And I'll say I feel wind over here.
Okay.
It's windy.
So it must be something access outside nearby, maybe.
He felt cool wind coming from the cat door, and when he approached it, he felt cool wind like a breeze, like a slight breeze, as if it were coming through the cracks of the rocks on each side of him.
Yeah, I'll go check it out.
Okay. You approach, and with your passive investigation, your spidey senses tingle. So you would want to investigate and perceive.
Let me perceive. Perception.
Yeah.
Perceive.
Perception.
13.
It lets you know that there is a crack between the rocks, just like you saw before where the axe came from on each side of the tunnel. And the same kind of cool wind is coming from the cat door. This perception would allow you to investigate the cat door and the cracks. You can roll investigation for each one of them.
I'm looking for like a button or something, I guess, or a lever.
Investigation, what's that 15 for? The door or the cracks?
Oh, cracks.
Cracks? Okay. Inside of the cracks, as you further investigate, you see a bunch of mechanisms behind the stones. They are slight, and you can make them out, but you can't necessarily access them. You want to investigate the door?
Let's do that.
Okay. Okay. through your investigation of the door. You look at it, and you go to look around it. It doesn't seem to be trapped. But in the tunnel, it seems as though that there are holes all around this small little cat tunnel. It looks like spikes come out of if something was tripped. On the other end of this hole, roll perception when you're looking down that tunnel. Okay. You can see the cat sitting at the other end of the tunnel, just staring at you. There's a torch lit. He is sitting in front of a barred door.
I can fit in the tunnel.
Yeah, you can. No one else can.
I'm gonna slowly. Well, first of all, I'm gonna push my hand around the inside of it, make sure it doesn't trip nothing.
So as you move your hand around inside of there, you notice that there seems to be something under the dirt. You can see the cat's feet were precisely placed throughout this.
Okay, I'm gonna try to clear that dirt off and see what's there. I'm gonna lightly brush it with my hand, and if I feel or see anything start to appear, I'll blow it off.
Okay, I'll need a dexterity check just to determine like how well you do it.
That's
How
a save, that's a check.
Yeah. Because you're not reacting to something. There you go. Okay, that's good enough. You start to brush your hand and you can feel a slight bit of tension. There are like filament lines under the dust.
And then I abandon the whole idea, and I go back and tell everyone that it's booby trap looking space.
Okay.
Maybe there's another way, or a way to disable that.
So you tell Kuykendahl and Baltan and Thelma.
Yeah.
And you cut the lines?
Thelma walks back to the tunnel. She yells up at Thalion and Lucian. There's a bunch of frickin' traps down here in a hole that's smaller than my butt. Lucian and Thalion roll perception. With her voice, I don't even think you need to roll perception, but go ahead and roll perception. Thalion, you hear it? Lucian, you hear it.
Good luck.
We gotta get Thilbus down from here. We found him. He's hurt.
Let's just get him up there.
Well, I can't cast levitate. What do you mean?
Thelma comes back over to Baltan and she goes, "What about you, pretty boy? Can you do something?"
God damn it. I'll just
Let's-
pick fucking Delbin up and just...
She pulls Americus to the side. She says, "Americus, my dear boy, there must be something extremely valuable down here." And she is trying to be very quiet so nobody hears. She whispers to you, "Maybe we get everyone to leave and then you and I come back. We can definitely make it through this." Baltan and Kuykendahl, please roll perception.
You know,
I don't hear shit.
Baltan, you heard it.
both of you-
Kuykendahl, you didn't hear a damn thing.
just take note in my head about it.
Okay. Baltan, what you doing? Kuykendahl, what you doing?
I'm gonna help
Picking up-
Kuykendahl.
Yeah,
Oh, you're
picking
gonna help
up Delbis.
Okay, you carry Thelbus back. You're back at the rope on the other side of the first door.
Tie it around his waist, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, and see if the other two up there can pick him up.
Thelma continues to talk to you, Americus, and she says, "Look, my boy, we have other matters that we can take care of. We need to get the group involved with that, and then you and I can come here and just dance through these traps with no problem." Y'all got everything tied up around Thelbus. Any of you going to go up in front of him or after?
It would be after.
Okay, because they'll have to pull him up. And
Yeah.
both of them are not the strongest people to be pulling a big fat guy up. The best chance of success is if Kuykendahl goes up first. Because Lucian and Thalion, I don't know if they're going to be able to pick his fat ass up.
Well, hold on now. Hold on now. First off,
Okay, both of y'all get together and roll me strength rolls then.
there's a couple ways to skin
Strength
this cat.
checks.
There's a window over there, right?
Okay, you're on the first floor.
Yeah, but there's a window, right?
Okay, if you want to tie it to the elk or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You get your elk over here, and then we tie it around its antlers, and then between the three of us, I think we got the strength to lift one fat guy.
So, are you gonna call your hibbity Jew over there?
Am I gonna call my Thibbity Jew? Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
you gonna call your elk?
Yeah.
He walks over. And he looks at you and snorts.
Does he understand what we're trying to do here?
We're gonna cut a rope pull lever thing.
So you don't understand what we're trying to do here? Okay.
What are we trying?
We need to get Selbus out of this hole.
Right. So we're gonna use the elk to pull him out, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was just saying rope, but we need some sort of like. I mean, I guess it could just run against the edge, but then
Yeah,
could
just
snap
get
the
it.
rope.
That is not my problem. I mean, I'm not the one in the hole.
We
There's
need
the
a
reason I
pulley.
didn't go down this free-range barred here. You're preaching to the choir, dude.
Do we have some sort of pole that we could use to run the rope over, so we don't like
I don't have a pulley. No.
not a pulley, a pole, just a pole, like a rounded edge that we could
Well,
use.
here's a broom. I
Yeah.
can shove this broom down in here.
All right, yeah. If we could put the broom across the top, hopefully the broom's strong enough to hold the weight of the person.
It doesn't have to do much, right? I just have
This
to
is
put it on the edge to
this
stop
is a
it from-
medieval broom, not a Walmart broom.
Yeah, it's a tree limb basically.
Yeah.
So they've like shaved down, right?
Yeah.
So if I just place this right here on the edge, right, and just kind of so that it runs over the rounded part of the tree limb or the broom handle instead of the corner, the sharp part of the stone. Is this what you were referring to?
Yes.
Okay. I will hold this here. If you could guide the rope and then send what's what'd you name him? But your elk is gotta have a name, right?
Bail.
Bale, like a bale of hay.
Bail.
Bale. Okay. If you're gonna please, you guide it and then have Bale just back up. Now, according to the length of the rope and about how much we had left over, we're talking 90-something feet. So
All of a sudden, another bale shows up, and he snorts behind you. He breathes fire. No, I was just showing you.
I was like, oh my god.
I was just showing you. There's another thing called bale in D&D.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone wanted to be a dick.
Oh my god, and a portal to the abyssal realm opens.
Okay.
World
So,
in.
so you tying it to his horns, and he's backing up.
Yes, ready, break.
All right. Okay. Good tie. Bale starts to back up, and it slowly pulls Thobus up. And Thobus emerges from the hole. His chubby self dragging and basically cleaning the sides of the hole as he comes up.
Chimney sweep.
Yep.
I'm gonna loop him under the forearms, under the armpits
Uh-huh.
with my arms from behind,
Yep.
and help drag him out, and just kind of get him into the corner, and then untie the rope from
Okay.
him.
Slight strength roll just for pulling a little bit.
Sounds good. Strength check. Bloop.
Okay. You get him out of the hole. He is now laying on the ground.
Untie the rope from his waist.
Okay, untied.
Signal to Thalion that I need slack, so to like bring Bale back forward.
Sluck, sluck.
And I message Murder to Bail back to me.
He starts coming back,
And just send the rope back down the hole.
and the rope lowers back down the hole. You guys see the rope approach you. So who's next?
I'm actually staying because I didn't realize that was my aunt.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Thelma comes to Kuykendahl and Baltan. She goes, "You boys go. Us halflings, we can make ourselves not noticeable just in case anything happens. You two need to get out of here for sure."
No, not happening.
16. Okay, for you to say that, Kuykendahl, you need to roll perception.
Fucking kidding me.
Yep, you don't notice shit. But you can still say that if you have a reason.
Yeah, I'm looking for Merrick.
Okay, where are you gonna find him, bro? Unless you can fit through a cat door at the other end of the hall.
Wasn't there another way?
No?
So I can't go anywhere?
You could go down there and try to fuck with that cat door.
You could think real hard about being a cat, and maybe you'll be a cat.
Oh, wait. I'm gonna go to the cat door.
Okay.
And I'm going to just plop down a fish.
Inside the cat door?
Well, right outside of it.
Okay, but the door's closed. It's like a swinging cat door. You gotta like open it for the cat to see the fish.
Okay, do that.
Okay, you open the cat door. The cat can see the fish. You hear
Leave
him
it
meow.
there. Yeah, just wave at the kitty and just sit back at the wall.
You have to hold the door open, otherwise it's gonna close.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Like
so...
a dog door, Frank, like it's a flap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
The
Okay,
cat
so
is
yeah.
just sitting there, waving its tail and looking down the thing, and it just says meow.
Just point at the fish. Just kind of wiggle it around so that he knows I'm trying to give it some fish.
Thelma winks at Americus, and she says, "Okay, let's go, nephew."
And I'll follow her.
And she starts to climb up the rope.
Cool. And I'll follow her.
Okay, you're climbing up the rope behind her.
I try not to look up.
The cat is just cat is just eyeing the fish.
I'm just gonna repeat this that issue. See if I can't bait the cat out.
You're just gonna sit there holding the door?
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll just jiggle the fish.
Okay. Thelma emerges from the tunnel. Lucian. She says, "Lucian, dear boy, please give me a hand up."
I would reach down and help her.
She grabs your hand and then kind of pops up out and springs up. She goes over to Thilbus and starts to try to clean his wound up with the bandages that are stuck to the side of his head. Americus emerges.
I'll help everyone out of the hole as they come.
Yep. And immediately after that, Baltan. The only one that's just still down there is Kuykendahl.
Let me guess. No luck with the cat?
No, the cat is at the other end of the tunnel exactly, looking at the fish.
Alright, fuck it. Throw the fish inside and let the door close.
Okay, as soon as you throw the fish inside, roll a dexterity save, please.
God damn it. Dex save. 7.
4 giant saw blades come out of the cracks in the walls that Baltan and Americus and everybody noticed earlier. Well,
No shit.
Only the penitent man will pass.
Kuykendahl's unconscious.
Do we notice that? Do I need to roll perception?
Fuck.
And yes, that is an Indiana Jones trap.
Dude, that's why I said what I said.
And yeah, you would have heard blades going "Row," and hitting against stone.
I'm like, oh, that sounded like a trap just went off.
Yep. And he says that out loud.
I'll say, Kuykendahl?
He doesn't respond. He's unconscious.
I look over at Americus. Surely he wouldn't have fucked with anything, right?
I'm sure.
Ball jam.